God wants to surprise you with joy. That's why today I'm showing you how to make a rosemary hazelnut ice cream that is surprisingly delicious. Begin by toasting half a cup of hazelnuts at 350 Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. Then place them in a clean dish towel and roll them around against each other to get the papery outer layer off. Remove the nuts to a food processor and process for a few seconds until the nuts are in small pieces but still have some texture. In a medium saucepan, whisk 4 egg yolks, a quarter cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons light corn syrup. Add 1 cup of heavy cream, half a cup of whole milk, and the ground hazelnuts. Whisk to combine, then begin to heat over medium-low, whisking frequently. You want to cook this until the mixture coats the back of a spoon and a finger leaves a clean line. Stir in 1/8 teaspoon salt and half a teaspoon vanilla extract, then remove from the heat and add 2 to 3 sprigs of fresh rosemary. Let the mixture steep for 15 minutes, then discard the rosemary sprigs and transfer the ice cream mixture to a bowl to cool. If you don't want the hazelnut pieces in your ice cream, you could strain those out at this point too. Let the mixture cool completely in the refrigerator, then churn in an ice cream maker according to manufacturer instructions. In C.S. Lewis's book, Surprised by Joy, he describes a childhood memory of his brother showing him a miniature garden of moss and twigs inside a small tin. And as a child, this miniature garden opened his eyes up to the beauty of nature. This experience brought up a profound feeling for Lewis that he couldn't quite put his finger on. Desire was part of it, but not desire for the garden. It was a desire for something beyond the garden, something greater. Lewis identifies this feeling as joy, and it's something different than just happiness or pleasure. To Lewis, the experience of true joy made everything else he had experienced up to that point seem insignificant in comparison. But like many of us do, he found the experience of joy to be fleeting. And as a result, he spent much of his life in pursuit of joy. Like Lewis, we might be surprised at the places that we encounter joy, like a miniature garden or a rosemary hazelnut ice cream. Most recently, I think I've found it in nature and with family. But if we pursue joy for its own sake, we'll actually miss out on the most enduring source of joy. See, what Lewis discovered at the end of his journey when he became a Christian was that those experiences of joy were actually signposts pointing to something beyond themselves. When you're lost, discovering a sign pointing to your destination can be exhilarating. But once you know you're following the right path, the signs aren't as important. You're focused on the destination. Lewis discovered that his fleeting experiences of joy were a longing for God, the true source of joy, beauty, love, and life itself. When we understand God as the reality to which all our longings are pointing, we find the most sustainable and enduring source of joy. Finding joy in God is the way humans were meant to live. And if you want to understand more about that, then you need to check out my other ice cream video, where I explain why the Sabbath is a picture of liberation.